In this video, I collected for you everything you need to know as a tourist traveling to Qatar. Rules, tips, and specifics. Hi everyone, my name is Daria. I live with my family in Qatar already for 5 years. For some time, I was even working as a tour guide here. Qatar definitely should be in your list must-visit countries. It is really beautiful, authentic, there's many attractions, and according to my personal experience traveling all around the world, I have to say Qatar is really a tourist-friendly place because of many things, and I will explain why exactly. And in this video, I collected for you everything you need to know to make your traveling here as pleasant as possible. Let's talk about how you should be dressed in Qatar. Qatar is conservative country, so here you should dress modestly. Actually, like, no one ever will tell you anything if you even dressed very openly. Everyone get used that here a lot of tourists, and it's not all the time tourists are following local rules, local traditions, so it's fine. No one will tell you actually anything, but for your own comfort, just so you can feel that you belong here, that you look like people around, we recommend to follow our rules here, that how we dress here as a residence. It means that men should avoid wearing short shorts in public, and women should dress the way it's covering her shoulders and the knees and like belly, like the body should be covered with a cloth. In many places, as shopping malls, some government places, hospitals, here is actually dress code. Security may not let you in if you're not dressed appropriate, if you're not dressed that your body is covered. So be careful, if you decide that it's hot and you want to walk outside in some kind of open clothes, it can happen that you will be not allowed at some places in what you will be dressing. It also can be museums, some parks. Anyway, if you want to dress whatever you want, better to check in advance or call to the place if you will be allowed in this type of clothes. But in the meantime, if you're going to go to bar, club, or even restaurant or in territory of hotel, actually there you can be dressed in like your standard short dress, open. Like, it's always here better to cover yourself because there is different people around you with different traditions and religions. So everyone will appreciate if you will cover yourself. But in the meantime, people will respect your choice. And if you're going to bar, club, even in the territory of hotel where you're staying, it's totally fine to wear classic open summery clothes. And when you will be choosing outfits for Qatar, like, don't overthink it. It's just simple clothes, what you wear every day, jeans, t-shirts, shorts, some dresses. So I told a lot about clothes, and it's actually like a little bit different. So to summarize what I told, basically, to be safe everywhere, wear modest clothes. Make sure your shoulders are closed and your knees closed if you're a woman, and as a man, don't wear too short shorts. But in the meantime, at hotel territory and bar, clubs and places like this, it is fine if you wear your standard clothes. But again, to be safe, whenever you're going, check the rules of this place. Let's talk about some rules connected to privacy. As I was already saying, Qatar is a very traditional country, very conservative. One of the cultural specifics that it's here is very important privacy. So when you're taking photos of yourself or of things around, please be careful and make sure there is no other people in the frame of your photo. It will consider as disrespectful and breaking the privacy of other people. Also avoid taking pictures of government places and some military places. According to my personal experience and experience people around, also I would recommend not to take pictures where cars of other people are visible closely. Another thing is try to avoid physical contact with people around. Qatar, country with Islamic traditions, physical contact between man and woman, especially not related, consider as inappropriate here. And if you're making new friends here, be careful even like with giving hand to shake, because for some people it can be not comfortable. So better just to see their reaction when you talk. If you see that they're giving you a hand and you feel comfortable with shaking hand, no problem. But if you see that person staying aside, just talking to you, then better to avoid the giving hand, just not to make uncomfortable situation for you and for the person. Like maybe they really like happy to know, to get to know you, talk to you, but in their traditions it's not standard for them to give even a hand to you to as a nice gesture. But it doesn't mean that people are unfriendly here or something. They actually happy to share traditions, they happy to talk, they really happy to get to know to you and your traditions. Just be careful with the physical contact. Even if you travel as a couple, husband and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, public display of affection as a kissing, touchings, here might lead to fines, to even other kind of penalties. So just respect Islamic traditions, and you can like hold hand, talk to each other, behave normally. Just don't show too much of relationship between you and your partner. Also, most probably, like nothing will happen if by accident you will kiss your wife or husband. Like people understand you a tourist or you have different cultural specifics. But just like to be on safe side, I really recommend not to do it in public. And another thing, even like don't get too close physically to people. For them, they get used to like keep distance in the queues. I don't know, in museums, anywhere, in public transport, people get used to distance here, especially between men and women. So respect this and try to stay enough to keep enough distance between people when you will be somewhere crowded. Let's talk about weather here. As you know, most of the time of the year in Qatar is really, really hot, especially in summer. From May to September, it's the most hot months. So when you plan your traveling in Qatar, make sure you will be not walking too much during the daylight time. Actually, I would like to mention also that sunset in Qatar is very soon. It's around 6 o'clock. Depends on the season, it's moving a little bit. So if it's important for you, please check. For example, if you're taking photos and you want to take photos during daylight, please check what time is sunset. But just saying, it's really soon. So coming back to the most hot hours, when you're planning your journey, make sure you will not walk all day on the sun because you may feel not well, obviously. And when you're going outside, apply cream to protect your skin. Make sure you have water with you, but actually you can buy here anywhere. What are the best months to visit Qatar? It depends up to you, you know what you like more, because during summer personally I like to stay in the water much more than during the winter. But if I want to walk around to see as many attractions as possible, of course it's more comfortable at winter time, from November to April. The temperature will be not that hot and you can swim in the water, but in the meantime it will be comfortable for you to walk. Another specific of Qatar, that even if you come here during very hot time and outside you will be wearing super light clothes not to feel hot, actually indoors it's everywhere very, very cold, because we use AC on full power in cars, in taxi, in public transport, in hotels, in malls. So especially in the malls and the cinemas, it can be really, really cold indoor. So if you're going somewhere that you will be not only outside but also indoor, make sure you have with you some, I don't know, short, some jacket, like light jacket, blazer, some sweater, anything, because especially in supermarkets, because there is also fridges to keep products fresh. I'm freezing honestly, so I'm always dressing very, very well when I'm going somewhere indoors. So when you will be packing your suitcase, make sure you put some clothes, not only swimsuits. Very often asked question by tourists is what are the rules regarding alcohol here? Well, let's go through it. First thing, you cannot bring alcohol to Qatar with yourself at all. Like, no. So if you will have it in suitcase, of course, no one will punish you for it or something. They will just take it from you in airport to say sorry, it's not allowed. And I'm not sure about this, but I heard that you will be able to take it back when you will be traveling home from Qatar. You will be able to pick it up and take it with you. so they will not show it. But this is what I cannot guarantee you. This is, you need to check on official websites what they're saying, what are the rules now. Regarding alcohol in Qatar, of course, you cannot buy it here just in like supermarkets and normal shops. They're not selling it. As a residents, we can get here special license. There is a specific list of documents we need to have to be legal to buy alcohol in special shops. But as a tourist, I'm not sure if you can have it, and you will not even manage time-wise. So as a tourist, if you would like to have this kind of drinks, you can go to bars, to restaurants, mainly in the territory of hotels. But there is also now some other restaurants, not only in territory of hotels, but just like around Qatar, where they're selling this kind of drinks. But like, as about everything, before going to this place, if it's important for you that they sell alcohol, just call them and ask them. They will always reply, it's nothing wrong to ask. And they will say yes, no, and you will know for sure. I have to notice you, if you will be drinking here alcohol, you should know public intoxication is illegal. So when you're drinking, you should make sure you're not drinking too much, because if outside you will be looking like too drunk or something, this can be not really good for you. So be careful and avoid situations like this. Also, drinking in public is forbidden. So if you're buying even drinks in a hotel, in a bar, you cannot take it outside. You have to drink it where you bought it. If you will be going to bars and clubs, you should know that here in Qatar, this kind of places closing sooner than we get used to it in other countries. So most of the bars, restaurants are closing around midnight, and clubs are closing around 2 a.m. But again, if timing is important for you, before going anywhere, just check on websites or call to the place. They will always advise you with the exact information in that day. So I think we went through everything you need to know before arriving to Qatar, and now we will talk about things which important for you in the moment since you arrived already here. Safety and security. Qatar is very famous that it's super safe place regarding everything, regarding your things, regarding yourself. We walk here at night, girls, no problem anywhere. It's really comfortable. But of course, it does not mean you should not watch over your things. You should not be careful. No, as everywhere, it can happen anything. It's like, unfortunately, bad people are existing everywhere. So just it's good to know that it's a safe place, feel comfortable, and don't be afraid to plan any activities, even at dark time of the day. But also, please watch over your things, be careful everywhere, and be cautious of everything as everywhere. Just for example, if you lost something, don't worry. If it's happened in Qatar, most probably people will find you. Like you left somewhere something, it will be probably staying there till you will come and pick it up. Or worst case, security guard will take it to keep it for you. So if you lost something, don't worry, don't be nervous. Just try to find it, and I'm sure most probably high chance it's still there. You will get your whatever it is, money, wallet, phone, computer, camera, anything will be safe. Regarding language in Qatar, official language is Arabic, but everywhere everyone speaks English in shops and restaurants, menus in English, products in the shop in English, so it's very comfortable for tourists. You can ask anyone around in the airport, around Doha. I don't know, 99% that this person will speak English, and they will be happy to advise you. Regarding money in Qatar, the local currency is Qatari Rial. You can pay here everywhere, almost everywhere, with bank card, standard, no problem. I think like as a tourist, you will not have problem that if you will not have a cash. But if you want to feel even like more safe, more comfortable, of course it's better to have also cash with you. When I saw tourists coming, I saw that not everywhere they will take dollars from you, so it's better, of course, to change to local currency, to Qatari Rial. And if you want to bring cash with you, the best currency to bring here is dollars. If you, let's say, from country where you use euros, you can also bring here euros. They will exchange. You can exchange it here. But if, let's say, you're using other currency in your country than dollars and euros, then better to exchange in your country to dollars and bring here dollars and dollars here to exchange to Qatari Rial. You can exchange in the airport. but of course the conditions are better outside of airport. So in some malls, anywhere you can Google, here's a lot of places. All of them are safe. No one will cheat on you here. Just Google the closest places, let's say from your hotel, or if you're going to some mall, almost in all big malls, they have exchange places with good rates. Transportation. In my opinion, the best to use for transportation here is Uber. It's safe as everything in Doha. They're actually very affordable. Like, of course, it's difficult to say, like, depends on the country, prices are here, but I was traveling to many places, and in Qatar, the price for taxi is actually really good. The only thing, you will not be able to order Uber when you're going from airport to hotel or wherever. They're not allowed currently. Now in the moment when I'm shooting this video, it's not possible to go by Uber from airport anywhere. So if you are in airport, there is another application, it's called Carva. You can download it at your phone before traveling to Qatar, so when you arrive, it will be faster for you to order taxi. Or also, you don't have to use applications. There is special place in airport. You will see like signs showing that you can go there, and they will help you to get Carva taxi. In Carva, you can pay cash and you can pay with a card. They have a machine, to get your payment directly. So you'll be able to pay there with your card easily. Another option regarding airport traveling is a metro. It's just an airport. You don't have to go even out of airport. There's also a lot of people who can assist you to help you with it. It's pretty easy, and it can take you in the most of the around Doha, but metro is not covering all city. So maybe even if you use metro, at some point you will see that if you don't want to walk, and Doha is not small city to walk, especially when it's hot. So maybe even if you're using metro, maybe you will have to then to order Uber, reach your hotel or wherever you're staying. So again, to summarize it, if you're traveling from airport, you can use Carva taxi or metro. If you traveling just around Doha, the best option, on my personal opinion, is Uber. But also you can, of course, use metro. Just make sure to check timings of metro. For example, now, at the moment when I'm recording this video, from Saturday to Wednesday, metro opens at 5:30 in the morning and closing at 12 at midnight. On Thursday, it's opening at 5:30 in the morning and closing at 1 in the morning. And on Friday, it's opening at 2 in the morning and closing at 1 in the morning. So again, better to check in the official website what are the current working times of metro if you're arriving not during the day or you're traveling around Doha not during the daytime. If you plan to rent a car in Qatar, of course you can do it. Current places available in airport. Just make sure before driving here to familiarize yourself with local driving laws, because some things can be, of course, different from place where you live. For example, here you should not honk the horn if it's not like super dangerous situation. You can horn here only for someone endangering you to save the situation. You cannot horn here just like, oh, move, give me away, or just like, I'm here. Regarding data and internet here, in airport, there is free Wi-Fi. Once you're in airport, you can join it easily. There is some information you need to put like everywhere now, but it's like easy. And you can use Wi-Fi at all the territory of airport as long as you will need it. Also, upon arrival, you can buy an airport SIM card with data. They will assist you, or anywhere around Doha in the malls, you can buy SIM card. You will need, just make sure you have passport, but obviously if you're traveling, you have passport with you. I would recommend to buy data here. It's not that expensive, and it will help you a lot regarding, when you're in a city, especially you don't know the city. It's good to be able to call taxi anytime you want, to Google anything you want, to use the map. As a tourist, I think for me personally, it's much more comfortable to have a data, but you don't have to have it here because most of the places have Wi-Fi. You can also connect it. My friends, for example, once was traveling around Doha without me when I was not assisting them. They was using metro, and they didn't have a need to have a data. Another question which I'm always noticing tourists here is in Qatar, not everywhere you can shoot on a camera. If you want to take photos not just on your phone but on camera, to record video on camera or anything. In some places it's forbidden. and you need to have a special permission to do so. So if you have some special kind of shootings, just to make sure, Google it, if the place where you're going is allowed to use camera. But in the meantime, if you're going somewhere to touristic places, it's actually often no problem. So you can have camera with you, it's totally fine. And when you start shooting, there is always, in places where it's forbidden, there is always security guards, and it's forbidden, they will come to you and say, sorry, it's forbidden here, please don't do it. And you just put camera away, so don't be afraid. No one will punish you or something if you didn't know the rules. They will let you know rules. Just follow them when they say. So this was the most important rules you need to know when you're traveling to Qatar. But if you want to get more information regarding what other places must visit, what I recommend as a tour guide to see here, maybe some hidden gems, where to eat, where to go, what to do, please watch my other video. Depending on how long you're staying here, I prepared for you different options. Also, you can check in my Instagram. I'm very active Instagram blogger here, so I have a lot of information and my highlights, all my favorite places, restaurants, beauty salons, anything you need. I have in highlights. As a resident, I know what's the best here, so feel free to check my Instagram and find information there. And also, if you need some advice for tour guide, for photographer, for any kind of help, feel free to text me directly or write a comment. I will be happy to help you. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will enjoy visiting Qatar, and see you in my other videos.